Okay, first thing we're going to do, we are going to open up our brand new HexClad pan. This is our 10-inch pan. Notice the beautiful packaging. First thing you do, a little soapy water. This is directly from the packaging. Wash it first. We want to wash off any of the packaging from that. Might as well get all of it as we do that. That's all we need. Then we're going to take a little towel and dry it. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of the paper towel and we're going to dry it. You may see just a touch of some of the residue. That is food grade oil that we use for polishing, and that's it. So it's nothing to be alarmed about. And I believe I have everything ready to go. Now let's go season the pan. I'm going to show you how to get the best performance out of your HexClad hybrid cookware. Now remember, this is a stainless steel and nonstick pan. So the peaks are stainless, that's gonna sear and brown your food, but then the valleys, that's the nonstick, that's gonna make it easy to clean. So we've already washed it, now we're gonna season the pan. Okay, seasoning the pan, this is very important. You have a brand new pan, it needs to be seasoned. Take any high heat oil. I like avocado, but you can use vegetable, coconut, sesame, you can use anything you like. But you see this, use a generous amount. I like to lift it up. I like to use a little silicone spatula or a brush and really work that into the pan. What you're gonna notice is that I'm not leaving it burning in one spot, because remember, it's also on medium heat. That's the key, medium heat. You don't wanna season on high, you don't wanna season on low, find the medium heat. And we're just gonna whirl this around. We're gonna take our time doing it. This is what we're doing, getting to know our pan. So let's take our time doing our brush. But what I'm doing is making sure that the entire pan is covered. And the heat is on medium, not high, not low. We want it on medium. And this is a very important step, so take your time doing it. Okay, so after about 3 to 4 minutes, I like to take a paper towel. I like to lift that up, and there's a nice little puddle there. Use that. Now, watch your fingertips. You can either use tongs or a spatula, but make sure you're covering that entire pan and getting all of that oil in there. So it's just that added step. I'm gonna finish this off and really dry it out. There. That pan is beginning to get seasoned. I'm gonna do this process one more time, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. Okay, round 2 of the seasoning. Same process. We're gonna pour it in the pan there, and we're going to move it around. I like to lift it up a little bit. And again, we're getting it everywhere, up on the sides, across the middle, and then let it sit. The only reason I am moving it around is so that it doesn't burn in one spot. So we'll just move it around. So we are gonna make sure we do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. So very important. So again, take the paper towel. I like to get that puddle just like that. This is just how I do it. But then I'm covering the whole pan with that hot oil. And again, watch your fingertips. You can use tongs or a spatula. Okay, for the pro tip, for the HexClad hack, this is what I do to finish seasoning process here. I like to take a little handful of shredded cheese, put that on there, medium heat. The reason I'm doing this is because all of that oil, all that grease from that cheese, that's gonna help season the pan. Now, if I tried to move that cheese right now, wouldn't be successful, because gooey cheese is very difficult to take off the pan. But some of this is already burning. That's the sign I want. I want that on there. I want it crispy before I try to move it the first time. All right, let's take a look at the cheese. Okay, see this right here? Some of this is already burnt and brown. I love that. I'm gonna take a tortilla. Watch this. This is for the HexClad hack. Put it right on there. Whirl this around. I'm using my fingers. And now watch. All of that cheese is in the tortilla. And that pan, my friends, perfectly seasoned. Okay, so let's do an egg. Everyone's always talking about the eggs. Don't forget, with our pans, because of the stainless steel, yes, we still use a little bit of oil or butter or spray, whatever you like, but the spray is not gonna damage our pans. We like to go ahead and do that. So remember, the pan's on medium. I've already got the egg ready here. I'm gonna pour the egg in, and I'm gonna take it off the heat, do a little bit of an omelet. I'm gonna whirl this around, and on this here, you can see that beautiful, even heat distribution. I'm cooking that egg from the center all the way up to the side. That is gourmet cooking with perfect, even heat. So we're just gonna give that a second as it's cooking. It should be done momentarily, but don't forget, You can use metal utensils. Am I digging in? Am I gouging it out? No, I'm using just the surface here. I'm flipping burgers, I'm cooking. I don't need to, you know, take a knife to it and all that, but watch this. Here we go, this is ready. I'm gonna rush it along a little bit, but watch. You can see that this pan is perfectly seasoned. Here we go. So we're gonna do, let's do a scrambled egg. You can do any kind of eggs with this, but the same thing applies. We are going to use a little bit of oil. I'm just gonna take this here so you can see. A little bit of spray. Today I'm using canola oil, but watch this. When the egg goes on, I can sit and watch this. I can move this, no problem. Let's just let it cook for a second, but you can see right here, we have no issues of sticking. Gourmet, commercial grade cookware. I can cook this egg up on the side of the pan if I wanted. Throw some tomatoes, some peppers. I could throw anything in here. That's not stuck. Look at this. Beautiful. Am I right? Look how easy this is. So look, I'm just using a paper towel. That's just a little bit left of what was left of that egg, but that's not stuck. Just wipe it out. Okay, so let's do a sunny side up egg. Same thing, again, we're going to use a touch of oil or spray or butter. I have this on medium heat. Let me get the egg. Here we go. I'm gonna take this here right in the center. Now, the key with these eggs, you want to take it off the heat when that goes on. That's the thing. They're commercial grade pans. They cook hot, so now it's back on the heat. You will notice where it's white right here, that's where it's set. I like to take a spatula. I like to get a little air under there, and again, off the heat. We're gonna let that go. That's not stuck. I'm just gonna let it cook for a second. Stay with me as we do this. So here we go. Again, no issues here, but it's not quite done. But there, little air under there. Another 20 seconds and I can whirl that around the pan. If I tried to move that right now, I can't because it is stuck right there, but it's just grabbed. Once the air gets under, we're good. Now I loosen it and look at this. I own this egg. It's still not even finished cooking, so you can tell that's not stuck. Give it a second, someone's gonna have a great breakfast. Okay, so remember, you got sunny side up, you got scrambled, you got any kind of egg you want. Now remember, when you take the pan out of the box, wash it first, right? Then we season it. And let's repeat the seasoning process 2, maybe 3 times. And when we do cook eggs, we use a little bit of oil or butter or grease, because don't forget, we are cooking on stainless steel as well as nonstick. All right, final pro tip. Leave your egg pan out of the dishwasher, even though they can go in there, but it has a chance of stripping the season. But don't worry, if it does get in there, go ahead and re-season it. It's not gonna be a problem.